You're listening to the Every Student, Every Day podcast with me, Jim Franchini, Superintendent of the Averill Park Central School District.
Welcome to this episode of the Every Student, Every Day podcast. What we like to do each year is feature some of the students involved in the yearly spring musical. And this year we thought we'd do not one, but two podcasts on the upcoming production. So today's podcast, which is dropping on February 9th, is going to feature some of our students who are involved. And then we're going to come back with a second episode that'll come out on February 23rd, following our every 2-week schedule. And that'll have some more students who are involved in the show, all leading up to the performance itself, which is February 26th, February 27th, February 28th, with a snow day of March 1. And this year's show is Mamma Mia. So we're very excited about all the work and time that has gone into this, and excited to really get to the final stages of this year's performance. So I know this is an extremely busy time for this group of students and our advisor. So thank you very much for spending some time with us here today and promoting and informing us about the show. And Nicole, why don't you start off and introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Nicole Monroe. I am the OBP Off-Broadway Players Advisor and the director of our shows here. And I also teach theater and English. And we are very excited about Mamma Mia. I will tell you, when we announced the show, it was to much applause and a lot of excitement. And today I brought with me some people that are doing things behind the scenes, to tell you the truth, that maybe you don't know. The level of work that happens behind a show, it's so much. And often we hear from the actors, but I thought it would be really cool to bring some people that are working really hard every day to make the show happen. And sometimes we don't get to really see them and talk with them.
Absolutely. So let's get a quick introduction of our three students. Maybe tell us your name and then your title, and kind of go right into our first question individually. And that is, what does your job actually involve? Z, you want to start?
Yeah, my name is Z Clerico. I am the student head of promotions, and basically I post on the Instagram, and I work with the Playbill, and I rearrange that, and I'll look through student bios and tech bios, and I'll take photos and everything like that.
Excellent, thank you. Jayden, how about you?
I'm Jayden Denny. I'm the student stage manager, and I am in control of all the crew, and I help make the student director's vision come to life for the show.
Excellent, thank you. And Bailey?
My name is Bailey Vincent. I'm the student director. I'm like a mini Monroe. I do a little bit of everything. I take attendance every day. I will warm everybody up when we're doing walking. I lead stretches. I do the rough blocking and kind of getting us started when it comes to our stage movements.
So, these are the people that they are the engine for this show. They make it happen. And Bailey, we're now just getting into our full run-throughs. Next week will be our full run-throughs, and Bailey will be tweaking with me and working with our choral director and working with our pit band. And so we're all hands on deck here. And everyone is just really willing to help. And that's what the best thing is about this.
A true team effort. A lot of roles overlapping and people jumping in where needed, right?
Yeah.
So we'll focus our next question for Jayden and Bailey, and that's regarding stage management and the student directing. This obviously requires a lot of coordination. How do you keep things running smoothly while also supporting the cast and the crew, especially when things might not go quite as planned? Can you talk to us a little bit about that kind of management and directing part?
So I know me and Jayden have a couple times outside of rehearsals met up and talked about sets for certain scenes and things like that. Oftentimes, when we have questions, we'll go to each other first and see if it's something we can solve between us before going to people like Mr. Reyes, who is the teacher who's in charge of tech, or Monroe. I would say when, things don't go as planned or when something comes up, the best thing to do is just kind of keep your cool. Something might happen and I will not, I'll freak out internally almost. So I'll kind of feel a lot, but it's important to not let that out on other people or do anything like that. You kind of have to remember it is your job to keep everything running, and things like this can be addressed at a later time. What's most important is keeping a level head and trying to solve the situation at hand.
That's a great answer. Yes. Jayden, anything you would like to add?
Usually I just try to make sure I play my crew to their strengths. Like if I know they know how to do something, I make sure I put them on task first. And if someone is new, I try to make sure they teach someone, so that way if someone's absent, they already know what to do, and that they don't need to ask me, how do I do this, when I have a gazillion other things I have to do for the show. And we all work together to make sure everything runs smoothly. And even if there's actors, sometimes I pull them and I say, hey, I know you know how to do this, or you have enough strength for me to use that to help move scenery or something really fast. So I make sure I know everyone's strengths and what they can do.
Really have to have an idea of what's going on in so many different areas, all the moving pieces there. That's interesting. Speaking of interesting, we're going to go to you, Z, and talk about promotions. So the bridge between the show and the audience. How do you decide what to highlight? How do you go about doing this? So you're taking the show and you're trying to get people excited about it, promote it, get it out there. That start. What's that all about?
So every day or so, every other day, we will post a member of our cast, and we have a description of them and what they do to help our show, to make sure that no matter what role somebody has gotten, how new they are, we highlight them, and we make sure that everybody knows that we need everybody's help and we all need to work together. So we highlight everybody. The posts that I make the fun posts. I would say I take pictures of the cast. I show, anybody who might come to see the show, I show them like how much fun we're having as a group, and maybe the silly moments rather than the professional ones. But that's always really important, because you want to know what you're getting into before you set foot into the auditorium. And I think just having that energy before you come is really great.
Excellent. Thank you. Nicole, I have a question for you. Are any of these roles new?
They're not new.
Dance captain?
No, we had a dance captain. We do have an intern. We have a tech intern. That's Aria, and she's learning the rope so that she's able to move up.
So none of the three current roles are new ones.
Correct. Right.
Okay. So Z, kind of staying with you for a second, if I understand it correctly, you are partnered or working closely with a parent?
So Miss Craney is the mother of one of our actors, and she's incredible. She helps me with most of the logistical things like editing photos and especially social media management. She knows everything about scheduling and like how to post things on different platforms at the same time without having to go to the other platform. She's very good at connecting with people outside of our theater, so much so that we've gotten sponsors from her reaching out, or she has gotten us on the news. She does incredible work, and I'm so lucky to be working with her. But most of the time I'll do the things maybe that it requires you to be in the auditorium for it. Like I have to ask people about their headshots, I have to ask them about their bios, I edit things, but then she will just take all of that and make it spectacular. And she goes very above and beyond. She has templates and stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, thank you so much. I didn't know this was happening. But she's an incredible woman, and I'm so lucky to work with her.
We're really lucky to have her.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. What a great connection between students and the parents and the kids and the adults, and kind of making it all work. That's great.
And she does it professionally. So really,
Yes.
it's almost like Z, you're getting an education and being a promotions person.
I probably am.
I mean, you definitely are, And so if you wanted to go out and do that, you have a little bit more of an idea of what that job looks like.
Yeah, it's very fun.
I feel like we've also seen a lot of parents stepping up into roles. I mean, we have the concessions team, which is a bunch of parents that stepped up and wanted to help run concessions. I don't know, I feel like it's very helpful, and it does minimize a lot of stress, because it does like take a little bit off your shoulders, and you can trust that these are people that are going to get it done, and it's going to be fantastic. And it might even be better than what you can do, because that is the only thing that they're focusing on, and you might have to balance 20 other things.
That's fantastic. A great partnership and a great experience. You're learning so much, not only from each other, but from the adults in these roles. What's the one thing, if there is one thing you limit it to, that you're most excited about for the audience to experience? Like if you were, I guess we'll all go into promotions here for a second. What's the one thing that you would like to kind of get people excited about who are listening to this about? Why should they come and see this production? Something that jumps out at you?
Already, Mamma Mia is just a fantastic production on its own. And but I think what I would say is our costumes are already coming together, and they're so sparkly, so fun, so disco. It's really exciting to see that, especially even just in rehearsal. And also our dances are so fun. Our incredible choir teacher and choreographer, she's been working so hard, and all of the dances, it's like insane to me because I'm not much of a dancer myself, but even so, it's so fun to just be up there and dance with your friends. And I think you can really tell how much fun we have from the audience.
I would like to say I am very excited for people to realize how talented our cast really is. I feel like I have known so many of these people for years and years, and I'm still blown away with how much they can do and how talented and passionate that they are. Whenever we have solo opportunities or any little dance thing, the amount of times that I just find myself staring and watching what's going on, and I'm just in awe. I really couldn't be prouder of our cast and how far we've come along even now, and I'm sure we'll be so much better our show dates, and I'm so excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah, I love seeing our wonderful cast, and I like seeing our scenery come to life, and it really makes us feel like we're in the taverna and on the island of Greece.
Oh. Oh, you got me excited. Those are great answers.
I know, right?
Good things right there. Excellent.
And one of the other things, Jayden, I think you probably get to see is like a brand new tech person fall in love with being in theater, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes people sign up for tech and they just want to be involved, and maybe they don't want to act, but they just want to do something, and it's electrifying. You do a show and it's live and there's energy, and it's like unlike anything else that I think that we've probably, they've probably experienced. And usually when you sign up to do tech, you usually keep doing tech because it's pretty exciting.
That's the thing about our club is no matter what position you're in, like you're gonna have fun. I've done tech, I've been an actor, I've been leadership. We are so lucky to just have such an incredible program, and I think no matter what you sign up for, you'll be so incredibly happy.
You always find your little
you find your corner somewhere.
Well, it's funny. You're kind of answering my last question already. What advice would you give to someone maybe a few years younger than you, or parents who are listening? And part of the goal of the podcast is educate about different parts of the district. So there's probably listeners who were not in drama productions when they were in high school, or don't know this whole world even exists, or some of the roles like you're talking about now, kind of behind the curtain type stuff. So what type of advice would you give to someone out there who's maybe thinking that this could be something they want to do, getting involved behind the scenes next year or a few years from now as they go through, or a parent who would like to talk to the child about, hey, I never really thought about this, but there's this opportunity. What type of advice would you give those folks about what you're doing right now as we speak?
Don't be afraid to try. Put yourself out there and just go for it, because you'll find a whole lot of people that will respect you so much, and you'll find you make a lot of new friends and have a great experience.
Yeah, I remember in my freshman year, one of my friends was like, hey, I'm doing this production with the school, and I think you should come and do tech for it. And I was like, okay, I'll try something new. And then it became like one of my absolute favorite places on earth. And I mean, I'm still working with that person today, and we're still having fun. So it's great.
I had a very similar experience to joining tech my freshman year because my friends were doing it. And it's probably like the best decision I've made since going to Averill Park. The amount of times that I've even heard from other people that the only reason that they might come into school is so that they can go to theater and be in that kind of environment. I mean, I feel like we are so positive. I feel like when I walk into the auditorium to begin rehearsal, I feel relieved, and I kind of feel like at home, because at the end of the day, you're surrounding yourself with people who have that same passion as you. Everybody there, they love theater and they want to be a part of something. You find your people, and it's very easy to find your people.
Guys, I'm crying over here. I'm sorry. This is beautiful. This is my 4th year here.
Mine too.
And a big part of what I wanted to do when I was asked to be here and reinvigorate the program was exactly what everyone is saying. I am so proud of these students. They are endlessly talented, endlessly. They are incredible, and we are making art every day. And I have to remind myself of that too, because there are days that are really hard, right? And we forget what we're doing, and we get so lost in the details. And what we're doing is something amazing. We are creating something for other people because we love it. And you're going to see that during the show. You're going to see that through the actors. You're going to see that with the tech kids, and with Miss Elishuk, who is our choral and choreo director, and with Mr. Blaustein, who is our pit director, and Mr. Reyes, who is our tech director. There's not a lot of adults involved, and this is the biggest show we've ever taken on.
Oh, for sure.
We have the most students involved since I have gotten here. We've put months of time into this. We did auditions in November, and the show is in February. So I am so excited to show it to everyone. And I would just like to give a little bit of advice to parents. When I first got here, I needed to get the lay of the land. I needed to kind of see how we ran things before I could really wholeheartedly invite, a lot of outsiders in to help, because I didn't know how to teach them how to help us. Now I am ready. So parents, if you want, the more people that get involved, the better shows we have, the more we can do. We only have enough bandwidth to do what we can do in the space of a day. But let me tell you, the fact that the parents that are doing what they're doing now that are involved, we have already doubled the things that we can do. And they're offering ideas that I never would have thought of. And that's another reason why we have student leaders, because they have come up with things that I could never think of. This is maybe the finest time in my life. I am the proudest of these students in my career, and I'm so excited to build this for AP.
Oh, you're gonna have me crying.
I'm sorry. I love it.
Well, I think what comes across is just someone who's listening to it from the students is clearly an energy and a passion and an excitement for not just this performance, but the club and the space that it offers and the opportunity it provides. So I think that's obviously outstanding to hear. And Nicole, we've been talking about this, on and off for these 4 years, and we certainly had a hope and a vision when we brought you here to Averill Park of what this would all become, and to, as you said, really see as you get your legs under you here and develop and grow a program and what's been created. It's super exciting to kind of watch and sit back and go, wow, it's working. Because so often you have ideas or hopes and it just doesn't work for a variety of reasons, right? Just things get in the way. But you've created something really cool here. So this is neat, and it sounds like a great upcoming performance. Thank you very much for spending some great time with us and educating us about the process and the show and your experience. And we look forward to opening night.
Thank you so much. Hope to see everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. See you next time on Every Student, Every Day.